everybody. I'm Justin McCoskey, and that's my partner in crime, Kerry Gibbs. Welcome to the fourth installment of BSN Collegiate Showcase Recap Special. In this edition, we'll be talking about the most impressive group from this weekend's event, the defensive line and linebackers. This group really came into play the entire weekend. They showed their dominance from the actual in-game competition to the one-on-ones to the testing. This group, I think, was by far the most impressive group, as by far. I had a lot of expectations for them coming in, and they did not let me down at all. Kerry, any thoughts?
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I mean, just in the drills the day before the game, we could tell that this group was gonna just dominate the next day. And the game wasn't that great of an indicator of that, because the offensive line really held their own in the game. But like I said, as far as the drills go, this defensive line dominated. And I'll go ahead and give you my two players. The first guy, James Bowman from NAIA St. Francis. Like I said, he had an awesome drill session. He was bull rush, bull rush, bull rush. How many times did we hear that during the session? And he was literally knocking guys over to get to the pads. Good thing a quarterback wasn't back there. Someone would have been hurt. But he also tested very well. Had a great vertical jump. I'm pretty sure he blocked a few kicks this past season. So that vertical jump definitely comes into play there. But so he was definitely one of the most impressive defensive linemen there. And then we'll go another one, Robert De La Rosa from Bucknell. He didn't participate in the game, which is probably a good thing for the quarterbacks, because this guy was, he tested so well. He ran a 4.9340, 23 reps on the bench press, 39-inch vertical, and I think he was the most impressive testing out of the defensive linemen personally. But I would have really liked to see him participate more in the drills and the game. But oh well. I'm sure he'll have his pro day. He'll definitely get a shot. But that's my two defensive linemen. Let's hear yours.
Well, I give you credit because I could not pick two players that I think stood out of this group. I give you credit for that. But my I guess what I call my players are the entire defensive line group. I'm gonna name all of them. Henshaw, Jeter, who had 5 tackles in the game. Brown, Bowman, Scruggs, Gedden, Moss, Addick, Cotton. Kerr, he had 2 tackles, both for sacks, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in the scrimmage. McGinnis, Eccles, Simon, Smith, Williams, Mays, Burdow, Costin, Hume, Storm. These guys played phenomenal all weekend, like I said, and they lived up to everything. The game wasn't even close. The defensive line destroyed the offensive line. These guys are the reason. They are easily, they're going to be on some professional teams, and they're going to be making impacts because that's how good this group of players were. I'm going to start off the linebacking core. My first linebacker that I thought very impressed this weekend was Brandon Harvey from Delaware State. This guy just looks like a football player. Big, broad shoulders. He really impressed me with the way he looked. And then, he tested really well. He came in weighing 240 pounds, 4.6940, 4.19 shuttle. He put 23 reps on the bench press. Great physical player. And another player, Taylor Selby from Concordia St. Paul, 4.7940, which is a little slower than I thought maybe. He came in weighing 238. He had 28 reps on the bench press, which was very, very impressive. And, he had a 4.38 shuttle and a 1.59 10-yard split, which I definitely could see him, coming up and stopping the run. How about you, Kerry? Who were these two people?
Yeah. Well, and before I get to this, just to touch on that game a little bit, yeah, the defensive line dominated in that game, but you have to admit that it could have been a lot worse. The offensive line, leaps and bounds better than the drills the day before. But, anyways, to get to my linebackers, I'm going to have to agree with you on this. Brandon Harvey, as you said, from Delaware State, great size, great-looking guy in pads. He's a football player. 4'6", 240, can't deny it. 23 reps, as I said, very stout linebacker. He's definitely a professional player, I'm telling you. And another linebacker that I thought really showed his athleticism this week was Alan Stallings from Greensboro. 4'7", 940. Had a pretty good game in the game on Sunday, I believe. I didn't keep stats, you did, so you might be able to test that better. But
he had 3 tackles. He had 3 tackles. It wasn't on a number of other ones. So I wasn't able to keep assisted assist tackles, but he definitely had 3 solo tackles and a handful of assists. So he's probably up at 8 or 9 tackles in the game.
Yeah, well, and he made a great impact. And he's been doing that all year, and I really look forward to seeing how Brandon Harvey and Alan Stallings play out, and at the next level. I think they can be very successful. And those were my 2 linebackers from the weekend.
Hey, we can't go wrong with those 2 choices. I think that we're on the same page with a lot of our picks.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. I'm Justin Wachowski. This is Kerry Gibbs. Thanks for tuning in to the 4th edition of the 2012 BSN Collegiate Showcase Recap. And I'd like to give a shout-out to Kenji Cotton because we're the guys from the video. At least we know someone's watching them. Other than that, you stay classy, BSN.